There goes that.
The area he'll try you. I fell on because the strength I was using was not you. Was so wrapped into myself that I forgot you, but not you. You never forget me, that's why I got to stay humble and keep my spirit clean from what is not you.
I'm cutting up today.
Morning service is when I worship. Won't read the Bible throughout the week just to get a word in. Is it working? I can fake like my spirit's growing, but the truth is my spirit's longing for the moment to get intimate with the King that's giving me mercy. Ironic, I'm running from a man that I never heartbroken and unappreciated. Trouble coping, less open drinks alleviate. Least in my mind, women at one time, condoms in line. Can't even say I was blind. Knew what I was doing. My wife was sober when flesh I kept pursuing this fight. I was really losing. Partying strange women, the only thing I was choosing. Drinking and quick thinking, the only thing that was soothing. Evil I ran from, I now ran to. Some things I never did, I automatically do. How did I get here? I don't have a clue. If I think back, I blame you. By His grace and mercy, I kept my fam. I'm being transparent, I hope that you understand. I want His anointing. Hold up, stop. Think twice before you even ask for what I got. I'm a teddy bear tyrant. I'm a Somalian pirate. I'm a cellmate with cancer. I'm a rhetorical answer. Stand back so you can follow me. Listen to this track as I hollow me and put it on a buffet for you. Just trying to let my life play for you, so you can drink and you can dance to the miscegenation of lands. And I ain't crying victim of no circumstance. I'm more crying for the victims of my traveling pants. So I stood up, took a stance. No more on my feet and Ruth's hands. Now they firmly planted in booth stands. I put my cape on and I turn into booth man. You be happy if this verse get killed. Me, I'm just happy that I'm not John Wilkes. The booth, the blood gets spit and grown men get exposed for what's under that kilt. And really, we just some G-string dudes. Good green, good drink, good women, and good food. Good God Almighty, what happens to good dudes when good God Almighty don't happen to shine through?
So good morning, good morning, good morning to social media world. It is that time again of the morning. So you guys should be moving around, up and running, doing what you do best. And that is either preparing for your day, relaxing, getting them babies ready to go get educated, or you already at work. Maybe you're already sitting in traffic. I'm not sure. The only thing I want to know this morning, well, let me say good morning. We got some awesome kind of guests today. Good morning, Chanisa. Well, that's if they are up and
Good morning.
vibrant.
Good morning. Sorry, I was trying to take myself off mute.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Marquise. Say them smoothies look good. Good morning.
Grand Rising. What's happening?
Awesome. Phenomenal. Good morning, Dynamic 3D.
What it do, world? It's your boy, Mr. Turn Down for what, 100? Because I keeps it 100. Who wants some smoke on this thirsty Thursday?
I don't want no smoke. Not right now. Anyways, yes, good morning. So y'all see what it is. I see a lot of people inboxing and calling, and yesterday, day before Monday, we started out strong with just how you get up in the morning and just take some time to relax. So I'm noticing that People seem to not have time. Like, well, I really want to get started. You motivated me. I'm excited about what you're doing. I'm glad you're making progress. Man, if I could just find the time to get there. So my topic of discussion this morning is just on change. What's it gonna take for you to change? What is it gonna take for you to catch up to current times? You have the pandemic that kicked in real strong in 2020. And although we went through, well, I think we on the 12th month of it now. Although we went through on a whole entire year of not being able to do what you did in previous years, we're still looking for things to go back to normal. Like, you should have created a new norm right now. Are you wanting to change? Is change important to you? Or are you just talking about it? Are you just going to sit and wait, stay dormant? See what happens when you wait? Things start to alter, they start to freeze. And so, in order for you to maneuver to get it going again, you're going to have to put in some work. See, that's what happened to me. And that's how the physical injury almost overtook the process, is the fact that waiting on something to happen outside of any execution that I was putting in place. So I had to ask myself, do you want to change? You like being in this state? Is something you interested in? And if so, what's going to take for you to catch up to current times and get it going? So, so it's important. Is change, how important is change for you? And in many cases, I had to change my entire world view of what was going on because it was new. I ain't gonna go so long without letting you all chime in because it's gonna be packed with too much information. Anybody want to speak on? Go ahead, David.
Well, I want to start off the morning with saying that whatever is going on in that mind of yours while you're resting, or whatever is going on in that mind of yours to prepare for this moment every morning, I am blown away, and I have been blown away for the last 17 days. And the best segue to your topic that I could think of is something I have on my vision board. And once you said change, I instantly thought about how I changed numerous of times. And I think the message that we need to really emphasize on change for people is not, we don't change because we went through a situation. I feel like every day you wake up, there's a new change. Every day when you wake up, there's a chance to change. Because there maybe was something that you didn't do the day before. There maybe was something that you manifested that you didn't put no action in, like how you said, you know what I mean? And it's time for change. Every day you should be really preparing yourself for change. So what I have on my vision board that kind of jumped out at me is one of my quotes that I put up there to keep me focused on change. And that quote is, once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. Change is scary. Think about the one thing I've noticed from human nature, right? We all like to look good, you know. So the one thing that people don't see is us changing our clothes numerous of times before we go somewhere. It's like the thought process of comfortability, acceptance, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of different things go through our mind of just putting on clothes, you know, and it'd be times that, you know, you may have one outfit on and it don't feel right. You change it. You know, you may put something else on and, you know, it feels great, but the color don't match with whatever event you're going to, you know. Like it's a lot of things that may come into play when it comes with change, but the most important thing is changing your mind. That's the biggest change we got to have. So, you know, if you guys are into reading, if you're not, you should be into reading. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that changed my life drastically was in 2013. I met a guy, and he gave me a book, and I never was really into reading books just to read books. I had to have a task behind it. You know, it never was like pushed on me to read regularly. You know what I'm saying? So I never really came across anything that was intriguing to me to make me want to sit down and really read it. You know, um, but this guy I met in 2013, he gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and that literally changed my life, like literally. Um, there's a lot of books out here that can influence your life and be a great source of information for you to read regularly. Like for me, be the Bible, you know. But for something to really open your perspective up to different things, if you're not a religious person or if you don't read the Bible, I mean, I would just suggest that be the next great thing to read, Think and Grow Rich. Because when you think about life and life itself, you have to think regularly. You have to utilize that brain of yours regularly to change. And everybody's goal in life may not be to be rich, but this book talks about different principles of how to just incorporate your thoughts in a proper manner. You know what I'm saying? And I can go on and on about this book, but I ain't gonna talk too much about this book. I want you guys to definitely go out there and get the book. You know, they got ebooks. You know, they got audios. You know, go to Barnes and Noble, get your hard copy, order it from Amazon, whatever case may be. But I just wanted to say that, you know, I'm very long-winded when it comes to this topic because it's very important to me, you know, so I definitely don't want to utilize this platform too much, but I appreciate you for actually having this platform because that just touched me this morning. For me to wake up and this would be the first thing that I indulge into outside of me just getting myself together, washing my body and everything, about to head to the gym. For me to hear that topic, you know, and knowing that my goal is lifestyle transformation with my company, that consists of me having to change my mindset on a daily basis. Sometimes I have to change my mindset hourly. You know, the thought that I had an hour ago ain't going to correspond with the thoughts I got right now and the moves I got to make right now. You know, so once life becomes limitless, once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. Uh, I'm all done. That's powerful.
Thanks for sharing, Chanisa. I know you want to speak to probably not what I said, but definitely what Dynamic 3D stated. Think and Go Rich. That's on your bookshelf.
You know it. Yeah, oh my God, I've read that. I've had that book. Oh Lord, I first got introduced to that book in the 90s. So I've read it several times. So, and I can concur with what Dynamic 3D said about the changing of your mindset. That book is phenomenal. It talks, it deals with different, I mean, yeah, it deals with the person that wrote the book, Napoleon Hill. He interviewed um, many successful, rich people who uh, they were self-made millionaires, to put it that way. And their families, their heirs right now are doing pretty good because of their the change in their mindset and how they went about things back then, because it was back in, oh gosh, the 20s, 30s. So, it was, but those that came after them, their heirs that came after them are sitting pretty good. So when I read that book, I was like, I'm I re saw the vision of me creating my own company, because I was like, I did not want my grandchildren to to have financial issues, the same ones that I was having. So that's why um I created the company that I have. And change, oh my God, that's like dynamic 3D. That's an everyday thing. If you're trying to be successful at anything, financially, physically, you know, whatever, health wise, all of that, you have to have the mindset of accepting change. And that's the thing that people that I've noticed that people have the issue with. They can want to change all day long. People say, I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to change this, that, and the third. But to actually put it into action, that's when the scary part comes in, because change equals growth, and growth is painful. Your lovely good morning, lovely Luella. In order for in order for Luella to continue to grow and prosper, there's going to have to be some changes. She's going to have to be pruned. She have to the dead leaves and whatever's going to have to come off. Whatever. She may have to change to a bigger pot. To continue to flourish. Your environment, whatever environment you're in, that has to change in order for you to grow. Pruning is a painful process. Just think about if somebody was to cut on you or whatever, so in metaphorically, you have to change, you have to cut dead stuff off or whatever so you can change and flourish. So change is necessary, change is scary. And like Dynamic 3D said, once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. So you have to get around that fear of changing. You can want to do it all day long, but if you have a fear, it's not going to happen. So the reading is I'm so glad he mentioned that book and mentioned the fact of reading, because reading can help set that mindset towards change. So that was great. I like that.
Marquise, he probably trading the market, making money or something. He'll pop back in. Uh, you know, Chanisa, you mentioned cutting off, um, cutting the dead stuff off, quote unquote. Some For some reason, Brother African Important tell us all the time: don't get emotionally attached. Get your gains, move out. Sometimes we attach ourselves to processes, to materials, to stuff, people, and moments, or memories, I should say. And we don't want, and even though it's time to move forward from those, we kind of tend to, we like them, we enjoy them, so we want to hold on to them because we want to bring that along on the journey, and it has no room in the space. It has no room in the space where you're going or what you decided to indulge in. And so now you're battling or straddling the fence of progression and stability. So progression doesn't allow you to stay leveled out. Progression allows you to. But if you want to hold on to something, it's like what's that Erica Badu bag lady? You wanna keep adding to your bag, but the tools that you're adding is keeping you stable when they should. So you're kind of becoming unstable. So because you don't want to change, because you think that you have to take some stuff you enhance and sharpen and it becomes something else. What do I mean by that? The butterfly experience or the butterfly transition tells it all. It's metamorphosis. It goes from being that little coming out of that cocoon. I mean, being that little squirmy little worm, going in that little cocoon and coming out something beautiful and creative, right? But a butterfly would never be able to experience that it could fly if it loved the experience of being in the cocoon. It's probably nice in there, comfortable, no predators bothering it, they don't have to deal with everything that's going on the outside. So it could stay. And then when it realizes that, wow, I get out of this thing, it's time to spread my wings and fly. It has to let some things go.
Yep.
Just sharing in that background, you wanna
Oh, that
y'all
was
your
I
brain.
put it back up, Dynamic 3D.
I,
That
I know you
Oh,
do.
y'all
analogy,
like that, huh? Oh,
that
y'all like
analogy
that.
about the shark in the fishbowl. I've seen that so many times. I love that. I
Oh
love
yes.
that. That's crazy. And Mo, to piggyback off of what you said, being in direct marketing as many years as I've been, we're all about personal development and everything. And one thing um that's the same throughout whichever company I was involved with at the time. One thing stays the same. Success is outside of your comfort zone. So wherever you're going to be successful, whether it's with your finances, with your health, with whatever you're doing, success is outside of your comfort zone because you have to get out of that comfort zone. So like you were saying with the metamorphosis of the butterfly, that cocoon was the comfort zone, but success to be that beautiful butterfly to you know whatever butterflies do. In order to do that, fly around look pretty. In order to do that, they had to get out of that comfort zone, get out of that cocoon and do that. And dynamic 3D, that analogy of the shark in the fishbowl, that is so true. You
Put it
can,
back up so I can read it.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you're transitioning. I guess we should have read it already.
Good.
Yeah, it says a shark in the fish tank will grow 8 inches, but in the ocean it'll grow 8 feet or more. The shark will never outgrow the environment, and the same thing is true about you. Many times we're around small thinking people and don't grow. Change your environment and watch your growth. So think about it. You got this little fish bowl that you put a goldfish in. You can put a baby, because I've seen little sharks. I had a friend had a fish tank, had a little shark in it. Um, and that shark will not outgrow that fish tank. But you put them out in the ocean and it will grow big as a house, maybe, a car. So
We're
you
not.
have to change your environment. If you're around, if, um, there's a saying also that if you're around five intelligent people, you'll be the sixth intelligent person. If you're around five successful people, you'll be the six successful people. If you're around five people who are just want to sit around, do nothing or whatever, you're going to be that sixth person. So it is about your environment. You have to change your environment. And one thing, a cousin of mine used to always tell me, she was like, time brings about a change. Time brings about a change. So time is continuous. So if time is continuous, change is continuous. You always have to
Preach.
change to do better. I'm on a roll again today, David. I don't know what's going on. But I mean, but it's so true, and I have to keep that in my frame. I have to keep that in my mind. Time brings about a change, and although change is painful because change equals growth, it's something you have to go through. No, nobody can get around that. And I'm gonna be quiet because I'm on the road today.
The when I go ahead, dynamic.
All right, I'm just gonna piggyback off Miss Brown, right? I'm glad that you said something, even though you say I'm glad that you're glad that I said something about Think and Grow Rich. I'm glad that you said something about direct sales, right? Um, I'm about to really
Breaking up. Oh shit. Close my laptop.
when you get yourself in a position that you really want to change, you got to change what you do on a daily basis. Sometimes that consists of your finances, because the one thing I have personally noticed in 2020, there was more entrepreneurs birthed in 2020 ever. Like, it's people that I've known for years that never thought about selling a product, never thought about selling a service, never thought about, indulging any type of face-to-face contact or interaction with another human being when it consists of creating finances. And they all on it. Now, for me, I was the guy that was calling and, you know, trying to influence people to think outside the box for years. And over the last 6 to 7 months, ever since I've been down here in South Carolina, I got more people reaching out to me saying, "Hey, show me this, show me that. What you got going on? Like, I got this business adventure I'm thinking about doing. What you think about this? And I've always been one of those individuals that's been something like an advisor, but I went to school for marketing. So marketing is my thing. Like, I love marketing. You know what I mean? Like, that's been my lane forever. So it's amazing to me to see people wanting to change because of they seeing the change in life. That ain't how life is supposed to be. Just because something crazy happened in life, you want to all of a sudden change. You know what I mean? So it should be more. It should be more of a concept of wanting to grow. Statistics says the average person dies at the age of 25, but they don't get buried till they like 60, 70, or 80 if they make it that far.
You've
And
been
what that,
reading Earl Nightingale.
yeah, you already know what it is. So the statistic says that, and for those individuals that's really listening to what we're talking about, right? Think about something for a second. If you're over the age of 25, I want you to think about all the people that you know, that you grew up with, that you may still be in contact with, and how they haven't grown since the age of 25. You can tell by their conversation. You can tell by the different things they are excited about, you know, like the stuff that intrigues them. You can tell. It's no judgment. It's just an understanding of how you grew and how they stayed complacent. I don't believe that there's no way that you can gain information from the age of 15 to 25, because really that's the age range that you gain a lot of information. High school, college, turning into a teenager, turning into an adult, getting bills, all kinds of stuff like that start happening to you between that time frame. How can you really think you learned something if you stop growing at the age of 25? You haven't consistent no changing. A lot of my friends that I've grown up with, they don't talk to me the same exact way. When they call me, they say, "Where you at?" They don't say, "How you doing?" They don't say what you got going on, because they know that I consistently always change my environment. That's why I'm always consistently growing all the time. That's why vacationing is an amazing thing, because it gives you some type of peace of mind. Just me going to Florida, having to have an opportunity to go nowhere over the last year, and just being able to just go somewhere and breathe differently, think differently. man, South Carolina not ready for what I got going on with me right now. And that's how every single person should feel on a daily basis. Just a switching environment. You know, back where I'm from in DC, a switching environment is going from southeast to northeast. And that's real. And there's people down here in South Carolina the same exact way. A switch going from West Columbia to Lexington is a shift of the mind. And that's real. So when you really think about change on a daily basis, do you really pay attention to how much you change? Do you really pay attention to how much growth you really receive? Or are you just going through the motions thinking that change is inevitable? Like it's going to happen whether I like it or not. No, it is going to happen whether you like it or not. And if you don't want it to happen, it's not going to happen. Straight like that. It's not going to happen. You're going to stay complacent. It's a lot of people I see, even me being a physical fitness trainer, that say they want to do certain things. I sit down with people and talk to them before we start training. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, if you're not about this life, I can't waste my time. Because I don't even want to waste your time. But I'll give you some education. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. Get you some inspiration. See what change look like. See what I go through on a daily basis. See what other people I put through go through on a daily basis for change. You know, and that's why I'm excited. Like I can go in on this change thing all day long. Like for real. Like for real, for real. This is crazy. But I'm gonna be quiet because I would just keep going.
Marquise, you back? Okay, I wanna go back to the shark in the fish tank. One of this. Go ahead, Marquise.
Oh yeah, I'm back. Just doing something in the background, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I know you always chime in when you're ready. So back to the fish in the shark tank. The beauty of that shark expanding into the length and being able to actively participate in an environment that gives it expansion. I want to go back to it being in the shark tank and unable to expand, knowing that it can, but it's confined. What sets in? Anxiety, depression, anger, aggression. And if it never has the opportunity to get out, then it damages itself. A lot of what our youth are going through based on the progression of the parents or you as a maybe your significant, a spouse, friends, because you being the shark in that circle, get out of the comfort of it because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Because you have to grow, you have to expand. So that's something that happens to me every year or every time there's a significant event that happens. So it could be something personal. It could be something that I've got involved in. It could be opportunity that I've seen and I've decided to jump ship. So it's some things that happen. And I have no problem with finding my way out of the tank. But here's what happens when change begin to come. I don't worry about what impact I had in the environment I'm coming out of. I'm like, time's up, baby. Gotta go. Got something new going on. Time to do something different. I done got excited for something else, because I'm only gonna expend so much energy towards the environment. If I get a window of opportunity, I'm out. Because one of the things that happened, I dumbed myself down coming out of the PhD program. Like I was like, gone. I indulged into that scientific methodology of doing things, knew how to create programs, knew how to organize and manage them, knew how to share and help others do it. And then I got injured and then I got complacent, and then I stayed in, and then now I found my way going out. And so with that, um, some things have to get cut off. So I kind of feel bad for those who I probably have some influence or probably impact you along the way. I kind of feel bad for you because I said this in 2000. I want to say in 16. I need you to get everything you need to get from me now because when I expand outside of my situation or I change, you're not going to have access to me. You're going to have to get it from someone that I either trained, mentored, shared the information with. It's not going to be available. Very, 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 very confident. Go ahead. You want to interrupt me?
Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, um, very, very, very confident in potential and what can be. They're very, very supportive and help everybody what they had going on in the midst of causing some mishaps in my own environment. So now that totally embrace the changes around me, I'll go back to some of the things you guys actually said. Change was scary because I didn't want to leave out other people. I wanted everybody to run with me. I wanted them to grow with me. I wanted them to benefit along the way. So change was scary because even though it was right at the doorstep knocking, let me in, ringing the doorbell, I was like, yeah, but I need to, they got, so it was scary because I knew if I grew outside of you, you wouldn't be able to play in the same field. So it's like going to the ballpark for me. There's several fields out there, and everybody don't get to play on the same field. There's a certain field where only champions go. And so I knew I couldn't take you over there because your whole demeanor, your whole mindset, your whole way of doing things was not in the elite league. So it was very scary to move beyond. Think and Grow Rich. I'll put that one last because if you many ain't even thinking, you still trying to go back. Your thought process consists of what was. What he used to do is she was like that. The job gave me this. My benefits consist of that. So you can't even see with all the changes that have been made, how not only can you have all of what you think that you need, how it can be even more, but it takes work. So I wrote, how dependable are you? How dependable are you when you do progress, when you do get out of the tank? Are you that scared that who you are gonna is going to? So I posted a picture. It was a yacht, beautiful yacht, and I think I said something to the effect of when I send him a ticket, he's gonna meet me there. And I had this beautiful yacht, all laid out, this, that, or whatever, right? So to get there, that mindset has to change because you can't go. So I'll give you an example. When I went to Cancun 2 years ago, I love the water. When I would see yachts, I want to be able to get on the front of the yacht, be cute in my two-piece, let Tucker play in the atmosphere, because I made the people change their music and put on Tucker while we were on the ocean, and just enjoy, right? But I can't get to the back of the yacht to the front of the yacht independently. I have to depend on somebody else to get me there. So that change right there is my aim, to say, okay, independently, I can enjoy the vision that I see, that I already see me operating in, right? There is no way you're going to be able to go to that length if you don't cut some things off. It's going to make you feel bad initially, but you have to get to a point where it doesn't, that right there was for the moment and the time that it was. Some people like to say, oh, you're in my life for a season or a reason. I just say it's time to go. I don't know about none of that. I don't care about the reason or the season that you came along. All I'm doing is I'm just transitioning. I'm taking what I need and I keep it moving. I don't even care about why you there. It's not even about you. For me, it's about Mo and what she's doing right now to get herself to that vision that she sees. And then anything else beyond that, don't even try to fit yourself into that kind of conversation, because I don't really care. Only thing I know is that if in order for me to come out of the tank, in order for me to expand, in order for me to grab the greatness that I already know that is there, for me to act it out, for me to implement, for me to follow up and make it even better, is that some things have to get cut off. Some people is already witnessing it. Where you been? What you doing? Why I don't hear from you? I see you on social media. I like what you're doing. When you gonna come back? She's gone. Let me say it again. If it hurts your feelings, get over it. Everybody knows I don't care. Everybody knows that you're not gonna get me emotionally. You can't throw no scripture at me for me to change my mind. You can't talk about what was good or the moments that you had that was or the benefit of me, whatever knowledge that I gave in that moment that helped build whatever was going on, whether it was business, whether it was friendship, whether it was whatever you decided to make a season out of by me participating. I am not a season, consistent, I communicate very well, right? So my values, communication, consistency, and commitment. And when I get committed to progress, whatever I'm involved in, if it's not progressing, I'm jumping ship. I know y'all listening. It's not a joke. See the smile on my face? It's not a joke. I've jumped out. You can't. I will break the tank to get what I want, what I need. And I don't have a problem with doing it and falling and finding my way to getting it. The only dilemma in that is that I'd probably cut off support that would help me get there. I do that in a minute, okay? So that's the part of change I'm trying to embrace. Don't cut off the people who trying to help you. Keep your little passive aggressive, little nasty attitude and start to suppress that thing and embrace support, embrace teamwork, embrace opportunity and those who trying to get you there. Because I'll have a tendency to do something stupid in the process and then be like, damn, what happened? Yeah, you know it, you recognize it, so fix it. So don't do that. So coming out of transparency into change for mine is brighter than the tongue, edifying the conversation, you know, uh, being able to add to or to speak to what it is that your work, you're changing. What is it about it? And if it's some knowledge that you don't know and that support that's there to help you, then you need to allow it to happen and don't be so resistant, because there's knowledge that come along with you and there's knowledge that's come along with people that are supporting you that you have no knowledge about, but the fear for pushing in it is how you engage it. And so if you're not engaged, if you feel unsecure or you feel like it's unbeneficial, then you will resist it and you'll fight it. And so therefore it'll take you longer to come out of that situation. And so not resisting against what's good or against the support is where I'm at. Like, embrace it, work with what you need from it, and then allow it to flourish. Kind of like what I'm doing with my beautiful, lovely Luella. Isn't she gorgeous? Right? So I've already been counted out with this rose bush, okay? I don't think many people thought I was gonna make it to the next day. Because I could be very, very neglectful. Like just get things that is supposed to get some things that are supposed to aid into the aid on the journey to get to the particular end goal, to get to the destiny, and then we'll forget about it after a few days. So run the race all the way up. We on day 17, right? Probably day 7, I would have forgot what race I was running. I would have forgot what am I supposed to be doing again on 60 days? Like, what was my end goal? No written, didn't write it down, can't revisit. Because here's what I see happening along my 60-day challenge is that I am changing. And when I try to when I think back to, okay, now what was my challenge again? Like where because I'm actually progressing, and those things that were hurtful or that was keeping me from reaching certain goals, some of that stuff is no longer existing. So I'll forget while I'm okay, now what else was changing it? Because now I feel good about it, and now it's not something that's in my forefront because I've changed. And so now I have to be reminded of the journey and embrace the changes that are going along. So I have to always set new goals along the way. Because once I've crushed it and that is no longer in my foresight, I was walking on the crutches. I had physical therapy. I was walking on the crutches. I was moving so fast, I almost forgot that I was supposed to be on crutches. And it was like, wow, you getting along, you moving along fine. I'm like, yeah, but I still have. So I was like, yeah, but I have to work on. So now my change is consisting of techniques to develop more to be mobile. So now the little things that was keeping me from getting to the development, and Dynamic has these 3 values in his mission statement. Um, um, Discipline, determination, and development. And so when I think about them, when I think about getting into the development stage, is that in the mind, I can remember what it felt like, how it hurt to be able to make the step or put the pressure on the left side. Yesterday it was so funny. I was doing leg raises. I was doing the bench pressing, doing the leg raises and the leg extensions. And when I was doing the leg extensions, I didn't even notice this on my own. My muscle was contracting in my thigh, which is probably normal for most people, but mine wasn't moving at all. I would do leg extensions and you wouldn't see anything. But anyway, so he went to touch my muscle, and I was like, "Hey, what you doing?" Like he was like, "What are you doing? Let me train." I just see something happen that I didn't see before. I didn't see it, so I kind of resisted, like, "Hey, what's going on?" or whatever. But so last night when I was sitting down, and I was sitting down in a high chair, I have these high chairs, and I was relaxing my feet, and I had my feet flat on the ground, and I started flexing my thigh muscles. It's been a long time coming, but change is happening. And so I know one day I'm going to get up and I'm just going to automatically walk to the restroom or just get up and go. And it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be just like the analogy Dynamic 3D and Chinese just spoke about in reference to the shark in the Shark Tank. It's just going to, when I come out or when I allow my mental thoughts to catch up to the fact that this tank is not your home. This inability to move is not your end result. When those mental process of allowing the development, the physical development of what has happened, in these past 6 months or 7 months. When all of that catches up, then I'd be able to, I'm probably going to make greater progress. Seeing the change, operating in the change, cutting off the thought of falling, being unbalanced, all of that is making a huge difference in my life. But it's only happened teamwork, support, embracing changes that is coming along, capitalizing on them, and then cutting some things off. Because some environments wants to keep talking about what was. Oh, you lost weight. Girl, you were so fat. I'll be, I'll be looking around like, who they talking to? Trying to put me back in the mind state. Okay. And your point was, oh, you bad now. You got to be more. We ain't gonna be able to catch up with you. I'm saying, I'm glad you know. Because I'm not staying in environments that's gonna keep reminding me what kept me bound, what kept me depressed and angry. As long as I am unable to come out of this 1,500 square foot house, it was good for you because you benefited from me. Now that you see me come out that door more often than never, you're scared. So what you do is you're using that psychology on the sister and trying to keep me where I'm at. But you see lovely Luella? Do you see these roses? You may try to ignore my progression, but I got something else to show you to demonstrate where I'm going and what I'm about to be. So there's some buds on here that has not blossomed yet, right? So there's 2 here and there's 4 here, so that's 6, right? So for me, each one of these is going to represent how I'm embracing the change. I feel to believe that once all of them have blossomed, I've cared for it, I nurtured it, and they all have blossomed, so will I. As I'm able to take this rose bush from its confinement of this pot, and as Shanisa stated, uproot it and plant it in something larger or into the environment where it's endless, so will I. Watch me work. Anybody want to chime in? Good morning, Deshandra. All right.
All I got to say is go mo go,
Good
go mo go,
morning.
go mo go, go mo go.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, you was
Man,
talking.
yeah, I was talking. Man, girl, you just said a mouthful. Whew. I missed the front end, but I got the analogy of the shark, and that thing, y'all was the hey, y'all don't know how that touched me. Funny story, I was feeling some kind of way yesterday, and I talked to Cedric, and just that shark, that what was, and girl, 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 and I see lovely Luella. Good morning, honey. Good morning. I see them. I see it blooming. So yeah, I mean, I came in on tail end this morning, but everything that y'all said was powerful. So I appreciate it. And Mo, I'm like Tranessa, go Mo, go Mo, go. I can't wait to see you on that 2 piece standing in front of the yacht, baby.
Yeah. Listen, it's been a long time coming. I ran across some pictures when I was, I think when first for 2000 at Bike Week at Myrtle Beach, and I was like, wow, okay, Mo, all right, I see you shining.
Dang, Mo, you used to go to Myrtle Beach. Oh my
Hmm,
gosh.
hmm,
We
hmm,
got more in common than I thought, girl.
hmm. In my 20s.
Girl, we used to go all the time because we rode. So we used to go all the time.
Yes, indeed. Right there in the midst of it all. So I brought up change this morning because many people, even in the investment world, many people are, they're saying, man, I want to do that. I want to get started, but I don't have the time. So, I'm like, okay, so when are you gonna catch up with current times? When are you gonna catch up with the moment? When are you gonna change? When are you gonna let some stuff go? Just to recap, is change that scary that you would resist wanting what's right in front of you? But it's going to take time. You got to, in order to think and grow rich, you're going to have to educate the mind. You're going to have to pick up a book and read. You're not going to be able to dwell in the conversations of the elite because just like Dynamic 3D and Chanisa, and you guys probably already read the book or some of the book content that they talk about in reference to educational material, are able to have that conversation in reference to those authors, you're not going to be able to have those conversations or be able to feel comfortable in those water cooler conversations because you are too busy to change. You could gain the finances. It's going to go right through your hands. You're not going to sustain wealth because your change consisted of temporary because you want to continue to hold on because it makes you feel good. Those people, those things, those moments, it makes you feel good. So you want to keep that. You want to carry that with you. You can't fathom that something else makes you feel even better. I used to have that thought like, man, I've experienced that. I'm like, it don't get no better than that. So I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna mimic. I want something to mimic that behavior because it don't get no better than that. But then when you do encounter something different and better, you like, whoa, it's mind blowing. But that doesn't come about. You can't get that wow factor unless you change. It doesn't happen. Okay. If you want to become if you want to become the wow factor for someone else, you have to change. It's one thing for you to be the wow for someone else. You look for that wow moment when someone else comes into your present. But what about you? What about when you walk in the room? Deshandra, I know you get the whoa when you walk in the room, you
But you
know.
know what's crazy, Mo? Like, I think, like what you said, we get so from when you change. I used to be afraid of the change, and I used to be afraid of the woe. But now I'm like, whatever. This me, like it or love it. So you're right. At first I was resisting the change, but I've embraced it.
And it's almost like, you hey, other women gonna feel uncomfortable in the room when I come in the room. But hey, oh well, honey.
I'm all right with it. And you know how many people, but like you say, that change of your own mindset is so true because you know how many people tell me, oh, she need to stop. She look like a man. Ooh, she don't look good. Ooh, ooh. I say, boy, that hate is real. That jealousy is real. If you get on this plan, I can help you out.
Honey, look, I I ain't listen, I don't even have muscles showing yet. And my little curves are starting to come out. Shoot, on crutches. So I'm like, shit, if I could turn a couple heads on crutches, watch out. It's a wrap. What, child?
Oh, I was I was sitting here going, man, put for both of y'all in the room together, y'all gonna be dangerous. But I, I was thinking when you was before you went with that subject, my phone was cutting up. I was trying to chime in. Um, there's a audio um by Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret. It's only about 12, 13 minutes long. And I used to go to sleep with that playing in my ear. I need to start doing it again. That audio, The Strangest Secret. Now, a lot of folks in direct marketing and multi-level marketing, that's one of the standards that we listen to, whatever. But it helps with whatever success you are trying to accomplish in your life. And just that little bit of time, it has some powerful stuff in it. So it's like, and I used to do it, like I said, getting ready to go to sleep, right before I go to sleep, I put it in my ear, and that will be like the last thing that I'm listening to, so that when I go get into my sleep mode, my mind is working on that. So when you get up the next day, you find you have a whole new mindset. So what people say, trying to get you into a negative mindset, trying to get you, like Chandra say, they talking about, oh, she look like a man, oh, she this and that. And they trying to pull you back into a mindset that you are leaving out of. You have something fresh on the mind to help you, get through your day, start your day on something positive that helps push you toward your end goal in whatever area it is of your life that you're trying to get this goal in: personal, financial, physical, spiritual, whatever. So I just wanted to put that out there for everybody. It's called The Strangest Secret. It's by Earl Nightingale, and it's on YouTube, and it's only about, like I said, 12, 13 minutes long.
Post it in the chat. So, just get yourselves together, embrace change. Put those things. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put into action your change plan. Everyone else is just have to line up. As long as it's not illegal or immoral, you're not cutting the food on people, because some people get changed and going the wrong direction. I was going down that road. I became very bitter, very angry, cussing folks out left and right, mad, upset. Just nothing. Just was nothing could make me happy. I was just any little thing. I was da 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 da. Any little thing goes out of order. Da 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 da. Just I don't even know how it even came about. Probably was just upset about my own situation, so nothing else in my environment could make me happy or have me feel good. So all of that, of which I remember, going to my first not my first duty assignment, my last active duty assignment at Fort Stewart. And I had this mentality, so as a man thinking, so he is. So I always wanted to cultivate my mindset. Like, I don't want to have those thoughts. So what I was putting in my mouth, and what I was allowing myself to see or hear, I would try to have more positive or more fruitful information than it was negativity. So I used to try to frame that whole mindset. And then somewhere down the line, that kind of went out the window. My thinking wasn't what I was seeing, what I was manifesting. So I was changing into this little ugly girl, little ugly woman, you know. So it didn't matter if, if I had help or support or any of that, because it did, none of that really mattered. Because I was going a direction that it just didn't seem like that I can overturn, And then when I get to the point and it had a peak of that it could be, then it was the cry for the support that wasn't there, or that was there that wasn't engaging, or wasn't active to help. Then I went from being changing to being angry and bitter to being so independent that you couldn't come into the presence and help. Support wasn't warranted. So I don't invite nobody into my. I wasn't inviting anybody into my house. You couldn't come on the street. I didn't want you to know where I live. It don't matter how much you could help me. I was resisting, because I went through the transition of needing it not being there. So I resisted it, and I didn't want it no more. So I was changing into some place where I wasn't comfortable with. I didn't like it, but I embraced it. It didn't feel good, but it was better to cope at the moment. Then I got a taste of relax, breathe a little. It's okay. It's not going to harm you. Open up the door. Let them help, from physicians to mentorship or coaching to environmental to peers. Relax. Get the tension out of your shoulders. Gear up if somebody gets too close to you or they inquire. Backpedal. Put on the front. Throw on a mask. Relax. Remove the mask. Relax your shoulders. Dialogue. Have that conversation. What do you need? Have them indulge you for a minute and then tell them how, and allow them to tell you how they can help. And then allow that to manifest and happen. It's that important. Change, when people say change doesn't feel good, many times, you know, it's feeling good. You're just scared that it could go backwards, or it could be overturned, or it could be temporary. And so when you start to feel the essence of what's going on, and you begin to feel good, you get that warm and fuzzy, get them butterflies going in your stomach, makes you smile a little bit, you feel a little comfort, you get scared because you're like, wow, this is good. I like this. I like how this is making me feel. But then you get to a point, or you have somebody that you will still hold it on to, and they start to, them little imps start to speak in your ear. Everybody change. It starts off good in the beginning, and then there it is. It's no longer useful to you. And now you begin to think. Now you go back into that shell, and you don't allow what is manifesting to blossom. And therefore it takes you longer. You was onto it. How you allowed, what role you allowed it to play along the way is important. Put a name on it. Put a name on the support. Put a name on the team. That way, it has its place, and it doesn't take you out completely, because a mishap or an error is not destruction. It just needs, you need to adjust. I got a buddy, he got three values: assist, assess, and apply. What do you need to assess? You didn't get to the end. That one little error is not destruction. It didn't destroy the goal. It didn't destroy the plan. It didn't destroy the journey. Communicate. Talk about it. How can you cultivate, how do you take the time to make mistakes and adjust? Or you make mistakes and you hide behind it. You never revisit it. And so therefore now that mistakes turn into a problem that you got to fix, and you can't because you didn't know how to address the mistake. So therefore you're not going to address the problem. Now you need help. And now the P word kicks in, either the pride or the arrogance of I can do it all myself because I've done it so long kicks in. And so now, therefore, you've headed down such a bad road, your change has become destruction. You don't know how to get out. So instead of taking that mistake at that time and addressing it immediately, and then getting back into the space, into the journey of actively participating and allowing someone else to do the same and crushing those goals and getting there and then being able to sit around and talk about it. That's important. Follow up to it. Okay, yes, got beyond the mistake. Now let's talk about it. How did that make you feel? What about that was uncomfortable? Okay, is it something that's going to plague the journey? Do we need to address it again? Getting back to the drawing board. Go ahead, Chanisa.
Oh, girl, I got caught up. What I was going to say is that as someone who's around you a lot, I have noticed your changes, but this changes here that you're going through now. I mean, I've noticed it in small ways. And even though, I may not be around you every day like before, but I've noticed when I am around you, the the path that you're going. And I'm like, oh, Mo finally getting it. I'm so proud of her. you know, it's making me proud of you because it's things that I've seen, but knowing you is like, stand back. She's going to get it. Let her get it. And when you got it, I'm like, yes, you know. And I was thinking of another book. Yeah, I read a lot, y'all. Um, by John C. Maxwell, and it's called Failing Forward. And failing is not in the negative sense. It's just basically saying, you take your mistakes, you take your errors, you use them as stepping stones, like you were saying, you assess, okay, that happened, assess it. What can we learn from it? And we move on. Use that as a stepping stone to the next level, you know. So you making all these book titles come out of my brain this morning, girl. Um, but that, like I said, I've noticed the growth, I've noticed the change, and even in the small things, um, it makes me feel good as a friend of yours, knowing your journey, you know. So I'm proud of you. I just want to say that publicly, and good continue. I'm always in your corner, whatever, you know. So keep going, girl. Keep going. I can't wait to get back on the dance floor. Come on,
I'm gonna be
cause it's coming.
sassy.
It's coming. I see it coming.
I'm gonna be sassy with it. Anybody who knows me, I enjoy when I get on the dance floor. I act as if no. Well, it said dance like nobody watching. I literally display that. Like I'm in my own little world. Like this time around, though, I want a couple dance. I want a couple dance. I'm going to seek out Charlotte Purple Steppers. I'm going to look
Yay.
for the Chicago Steppers. I want to be sexy on the floor. And if in order to be sexy on the floor, I have to be mobile. I have to be able to swerve and all parts of my body have to be able to move in a flow that looks absolutely gorgeous. Like I just want to I don't want to just dance like my mom. I want to be beyond that. I want to just be sexy. So right now I watch a lot of ice skating. Um and I watch um what you call them um ice skating and because I'm looking for a different flow in the movement. Like I just want to float on the flow, but I want to do it couples. I want to do a couple style. I want to be able to just display how I feel, and I want all of the body parts to be able to go. I want to wear the dresses, something I'm not. I've never been really big on. When I started this journey, I said that my change, my development will look like something it has never been before. I have, when I was asked to do something new and stop looking back to what was, which was a great journey coming through college, being a college athlete, being a, you know, a part of the military organization, being in the line dance world amongst the greatest dancers, I just wanted to go back, back, back. I wanted to do that. So when I was challenged with do something new, and I finally figured out what that new was going to be. So I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to embrace it. I'm over excited about it. I am controlling the emotion of not, well, I don't know how I want to say that part, um, but controlling the emotion of enjoying what feels good and not destroying it in the body or neglecting it, but to know that it is continuous, right? But I want to to get unconfined into the space of limited opportunity, of limited mobility. So traveling is what I love to do and what I did best, and it felt good. And to go into different environments and drop nuggets and make impacts was like the highlight moment. Um, that's why I didn't take a regular full-time job, and I only took a temporary because I wanted to be able to move around. I cannot stay stuck in the Carolinas. It's driving me absolutely crazy. So I've decided if I'm gonna live in the foundation, then I have to move around. I have to be able to go outside of this state. This don't work out for me very well. But I can't do that if I'm not fully mobile. Because then that means I always have to have somebody in my company. And sometimes I don't want nobody in my company. Sometimes I just want to move. But I know I can't do that. I don't need to be doing that even when I'm at my best. But sometimes I just want to maneuver. But I know I can't do that because it's unsecure. And so in order for me to become secure, I have to change. I have to embrace support. Um I have to walk into what has already become, and I have to enhance it, sharpen it, and get better. And enjoy those wins, those milestones. Go ahead, Chad. You might open.
Yeah, when you were saying, I was thinking when you were saying about watching the ice skaters on how they move, whatever, I was thinking, do you watch Latin dances?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, but the music is too fast. I like sexy stuff.
no, 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 no,
So,
no. They are. No, no, they don't. The music is not always that fast. I'm telling you,
yeah,
it's not. It's
I'm
not
not.
always that fast. I'm just saying watching for the flow, not,
Yeah,
the way that they move.
I watch more of West African dancers than I do Latin.
Okay, because I know Latin, they got them really sexy dancers too.
They
So that's what I was saying. It's not always you can they the music is not always fast. Is they have a lot of, because like the tango and the cha-cha, that's just not really that fast. If you just watch
right.
their movement, that look, because I know you were saying you was watching the way they flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So
just
I want
saying
the
about that.
opposite turn. I want the opposite turns. I want the wow factor. I want to be able to come out of a move into another move. Like, dang, she just did that. The choreography in me comes out. Um,
Yeah,
that's where I'm heading. And so um, I'm paying a lot of attention to the flexibility in my legs and being able to get that. So that's why that's why when the weather, oh excuse me, hold on y'all, let me drink this water. When the weather changes, and it starts to get warm, I'm about to get back in the pool because I need to be able to get that water resistance. Of course, I'm on an anti-gravity machine, but and that water resistance and start to be start to move the wood of what I want to move. And in the water, I can do anything. I can do anything in the water, feel like, and then when I get out, I'll be like, oh. You know, I want to be able to get that movement before I'm so when I'm able to do it, because I already know it's gonna be all of a sudden. It's not something I'm putting my hand on and be like, oh, I can do it. I'm just gonna do it, and what was is not gonna be present in my mind no more. So I want to be able to just walk right on into it. So yeah, so oh, wait a minute, we over time. So anybody got any closing words?
All I'm gonna say is keep going, keep pushing. You got this.
Mhm.
Keep going. It's phenomenal. The platform that you're using is helping a lot of folks. Um, you know, they may, there's some watching that you don't. There may be some watching that you don't know who's watching, but they're getting inspired. They're getting, so you may hear about it later on. Oh, Mo, how you inspired me or whatever. Don't be shocked. It's coming. It's really coming. So you continue this journey. We on this journey with you. So let's get it.
All right. Anybody else?
All I want to say is change is inevitable. You have to embrace change. If you're not ready to jump on the boat and paddle with that person, then just get off and let them go on their journey. Like Janisa said, somebody's always watching. I've noticed that. Somebody told me that a long time ago. Doesn't matter where you go, what you're doing, somebody's always watching, whether they're watching for the good or whether they're watching for the bad. My thing is, if you're watching and this has reached you, you can get up and do something about it. Mo has attested that over these past 15, what we're on 14 days?
15,
15 days. So
17.
17. Golly, where's time going? Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I said all of that to say, Mo, like you told me I inspired you, Mo. I never knew that. Never knew it. Like Tranisa said, you're going to inspire 2 or 3 people. You might not hear about it today. It might not be a tomorrow. It could be a couple years from now. But you're going to help someone either in your situation or a worse situation, and they're going to come out better because all the people, the naysayers, now they have somebody in their corner, even though you're not in their corner. So I say that to say I need to place me another order too. So I'm just saying.
Makes you feel good, girl. I got my butt. Listen, I'm learning. Got my I learned how to. I went in the post office. This guy was like, you in here packing in the post office? You should have did that before you came." That's all right. You check me. I roll my
I
eyes.
think I I think I'm gonna order one for Cedric, like, cause he like it already mixed. But I think I'm gonna order me just the sea moss.
The jail, yeah,
Yeah,
because of your journey. Yeah, you should.
yeah.
Um,
Okay,
yeah. So just see Moss, and you can put it in whatever because you're doing all your mid perps and all that stuff. Yeah.
okay, perfect.
So I was like, he ain't gonna be talking about me when I come in the post office. I roll my eyes at him. I ain't saying nothing to him. I just like, you know. So took me
He
forever.
was trying to be fresh. See them
Yeah,
curves coming out. He was trying to be fresh.
yeah. Look, but I say they gonna be talking about me when I go to the post office. So I got my stuff pre-packaged. I'm
And
like,
if y'all haven't, if y'all haven't ordered a smoothie, Mo, you need to put it up there. If that y'all haven't ordered the smoothie, y'all need to try it out. And Mo does package it well. It didn't break. It preserved. We did drink it, Mo. I think it wasn't even it wasn't even a week.
I know,
It was
I
gone.
bet mine would have been
My
going the
son
same
love
day.
it. My son like it and all. So I'm gonna see if Cedric want me to order a bigger one. So
Got the capsules. So I got my little
oh,
packages going. Chanisa, you should be proud of
what's
me.
the capsules?
It's sea moss.
Oh, so what's better? The probably the gel.
Just jail. It gets in your system
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were
Okay.
you saying, Mo? I should be proud of you. What?
You should be proud of me. I'm prepared.
Go ahead now.
I'll be like, girl, I'll do that later. Got my,
I know. Look at you.
got my
See?
stuff in
See?
here.
See
My,
what this journey is doing? It's affecting everything. Yay.
now listen, I cannot let me put my little self on the screen because I cannot take the credit. Listen, I can't take the credit because Dynamic 3D, David, who talked earlier, y'all, he's phenomenal and he bought his damn business. Okay. So stuff gotta be right. He reminds me of Inspiring Divine Touch, like things. So I had to catch up to them. So I mimic I mimicked some of the behavior until I actually embraced it. And so, like, he takes his time, he weighs out everything. It has to be precise on it to the ounce. Um, like you say, I make it with love. It is love throughout that entire process, from it coming out of the raw bag to that sea moss being washed. He spends time at that sink, washing that sea moss, soaking it, preparing it, getting the packages ready. So, and the sad thing is, he don't help me do jack because I have to learn on my own. He just shows. He be like, "You just gotta watch me, and you'll get it." And so I've grown up, so I can prepare, I can package, I can prepare the sea moss, all that. I can make the smoothies. Um, I spilled the smoothies all over me. I've had some bloopers moments, and he just be like, "It's a growing process." I'll be like, "Okay, let me wipe this shit up." I done wasted money or whatever. But I've learned how to do. So this is totally outside of my comfort zone. This is not the side of the business life I like. I like the administrative side, technical or whatever. But anyway, so I went and got me some boxes, and so right now I'm weighing prices, like what's the best way to ship. Do y'all know it's cheaper to ship use their boxes at the post office than it is your own? They would tax you.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy. So, but anyways, I have one more. I have to go to the UPS, and then I have to go to the FedEx and then weigh my options. So, I'm not sure how UPS would do yet. What it would cost, or what's going
Why
to be.
don't you look into USPS too, the postal service? People don't realize it, but you can do 2 day shipping through the regular postal service, and sometimes it's cheaper as well.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. So
Yeah.
I'll look at that part. I'm gonna look at that today because I have 4 shipments to get out. So I know y'all watching. I'm putting your stuff in the mail today. So by the time the post office open, I've been showered, got myself all beautified for the day. And I know y'all folks watching. I'm gonna get your little taxes done or whatever. All right. Got a food. I got up until 5:30 to make this stuff happen. So yeah, so I got my boxes ready, honey. Got my little stuff in it. I know the shiny your stuff probably had all that bubble wrap on it. I wrapped them things so tight. four. I had to ship 4 half a gallons. And man, I was in that post office. I had them things wrapped so tight in that bubble wrap. It cost me to. My homegirl, my military battle said, "Girl, do I owe you money?" Box is so heavy. But guess what? Not one of them broke. Not one of them broke. They got to his destination on time, a couple days, and bam, it was in there. So yeah, so I'm gonna be wrapping some stuff and as soon as I'm getting done, make my way to Garner's Fair, drop this off at the post office, and get it in. And don't worry, I have my oatmeal and I have my water. I wanted to spend some time with this topic this morning, a change, and I'm probably going to run this for the next few days because it's important. And you guys had a lot of good information to unpack. I want to get to the Shanisa, text me. Is a book that you stated. It's the Failing Forward. I want to read that book.
Yeah, I put it in the chat, but I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I wrote it, but I want to make sure that I got it. I'm gonna download the audio and indulge in it. Marquise?
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually sounds like a lot of the material I learned when I was with Amway. A lot of the stuff that she spoke on, like the reader material, that's really good, potent stuff. You know that
Yeah,
that.
Amway is what started my journey into direct sales and multi-level marketing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's, I think, those books plus many more that I probably be mentioning throughout the week um is on the book list for every direct sales company.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but but they're practical, you can put to use to everyday life.
Yeah.
yeah. That was value. I definitely took from that experience and carried with me through life. You know, some of the stuff I still pull from to this day. You know.
Yes, yes, yes. Any closing words you want to say before I get off, Marquise? On change?
On change,
You take a
yeah.
lot
I
of
mean,
courses to enhance your knowledge. I do know that.
yeah. I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, like I've always like reached towards um that uncomfortability because I know that's where the growth is at. You know, and this the situations that really matter are the ones that tend to be uncomfortable, and it can give you anxiety and all kind of stuff like that. So to me, it's like I'm flexing that durability in the uncomfortable, muscle, So I'm always, willing to lean towards change when it makes sense, and I'm swift to do it, because time is the real currency, and I like to, implement things very fast when I find them to be valuable. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate all your knowledge and what you bring to urban economic empowerment and investing. It's paying off. And I see I jumped ship entirely too fast, but you're probably making a whole lot of money right now with Sundown and your options. Um, but it's all good or whatnot. I'm gonna learn not to pull the trigger so fast.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with locking in, some profits. You'll get that down with time.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So I definitely, yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna hit that $5 a day. So, oh my God, yeah, the volume is crazy right now. But anyways, before I go off on a tangent on there, I'll look. I'm gonna try to cop me another options before the 8:30. See if I can give me some more profits in this piece. But yeah, so I jumped ship. That's the part of change I need. I need to slow down in my investments because I'm making power moves, but I'm coming out. I'm getting profits, but I'm coming out entirely too early. And even though I seen the higher highs and the higher lows, I still hit that darn button. So I think at some point now I'll probably start to get more than one, so that if I feel good about profiting on one, I'd still let the other one run, and I won't feel bad because I won't lose anything if it doesn't if it does pull back. So uh,
Yes. Yep. That I think that did really help because that really helped me. That changed my whole, my whole trading game. That was like a little hack, a little brain hack for me. And yeah, I'm over here trading Euro Swiss right now, long Euro Swiss, and it's looking nice.
I could imagine. And
You know.
those who have OGI, oh, I know they happy right now. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, you guys, I can't wait for training tonight. I'm gonna get this comfortability down for everyone else. Listen, oh my goodness, look at MVIS. You got that too, ain't it? Don't you got options on it? Oh my God.
My MVIS.
MVIS Microvision is at
Mm-hmm.
$20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the equity.
Oh, oh, listen, I'm gonna make some money today, y'all. I may not get the max of what I could, but I'm gonna work on that though. That's the change I'm gonna work on. So you guys keep doing great things. Let me get out of here so I can get myself together because I got a lot to do. Um, but yeah, appreciate you all, and you can see your way out as you see fit.